Hello and welcome to another video about dyeing. So this time I'm going to be talking about plant dyes, and this is going to be a sort of brief botanical bonanza because I'm going to be introducing the world of plant dyes and going through some ideas for which plants you can use to create different colours in your fabric. So the first question is really, what are plant dyes and why should you use them? So plant dyes are colours derived from plants or minerals, and the reason they're a really good thing to use is because they're a lot more eco-friendly than packet dyes, which can be quite chemical heavy. So obviously you avoid this if you're using plants, and since we're all in lockdown at the moment, it would be a fun thing to try. So honestly, why would you not want to use plant dyes? So the next thing you might be wondering is which fabrics can you use for this, and the answer is you can basically use any natural fibre as long as you use a mordant to hold the colour. So the pigment from the actual plants is the colour, and then the mordant is a chemical or a salt or I don't know, something like iron for example, that you use to hold the colour and stop it just washing straight out of the fabric. So the fabrics, natural fibres, you have plant fibres, so that's things like cotton, linen or ramie. And then you have protein fibres, that's things like wool, mohair, cashmere, angora, silk. And then some weirder ones, so you have things like coir, that's from coconuts, jute, kapok and hemp. So yeah, you have a lot of options really. Lastly, I just wanted to show you some of the different colours you can make using different plants, and I thought that the best way to do this would be with a diagram. Anyway, these are some of the colours that you can get, and we have a whole plethora of plants. So first of all, we have pink. And to make this colour you can use avocados. You can use the skin and the stones. This can give like a more brown colour depending on how long you boil them for, but the reason that the idea of using avocados kind of fascinates me is because a few years ago I actually grew some avocado plants from the stone, and it took quite a while, but all this time I was growing them I had like no idea that you can use them to make the dye. And I don't know if this is just me, but I would imagine that the dye from an avocado would be green. But no, it is pink, so there you go. And another plant you can use to make pink dye is blackberries. So this one also appeals to me quite a lot because we usually go blackberry picking every autumn. So I'm just going to add, while I'm on the topic of blackberries, if you're out picking them, there are a lot of other things you can use them for in addition to dyeing. So personally, my favourite thing to use them for would be apple and blackberry crumble. But you can also use them to make jam or blackberry bread. So if you're into cooking as well as sewing, highly recommend. So next of all we have red, and you can make this colour by using madder root. So this is quite an interesting one because it's been used for quite a long time in history. So you might see this red colour in like quite a lot of medieval or historical garments. Another plant you can use is beetroot. So this one's a bit more obvious, especially if like me you've ever accidentally dropped beetroot onto your clothes, so yeah. And now we're going to move on to orange. So brown onion skins are some plants that you can use to make orange, and I'm going to go slightly off on tangent here, but onions are just a really underappreciated vegetable in my opinion. Like, they give you onion rings, they give you cheese and onion sandwiches, they give you cheese and onion crisps, and now they give you fabric dye as well, so like I think we just need some onion appreciation in there. Another still good option, if you don't have any onions, you can use eucalyptus leaves, and this is another one where you need to boil the plant matter before you can use it to actually dye. And I really like this idea because I love the smell of eucalyptus. I think that's just because it reminds me of Australia, but anyway, I guess that what that means is that even if the eucalyptus dye goes wrong, then at least your house will smell really nice, so that's something. Next colour we have is yellow. So to make this you can use marigolds, or you can use turmeric root / powder, and finally you can use Queen Anne's lace. So the flower of this plant is where you get the yellow pigment from, and I really love the name of the plant as well. So apparently it's called Queen Anne's lace because the white flowers look like lace themselves. Apparently there's also a red flower, like a little tiny red flower at the very centre, which looks like a blood drop from where the needle may have pricked her while she was making her lace. After yellow we have green, so I forgot to put mint on here, but you can use mint to make green dye, and you can also use nettles. So if you're going to go and pick some nettles, remember to bring gloves, because a few years ago when we went to pick some nettles because we were making nettle soup. Also try that if you haven't, it's really nice. But oh my god, we nearly forgot to bring gloves, and that would have been a bit of a disaster, so don't do that, remember your gloves. Then we have blue. So to make blue you can use woad. Another plant you can use is indigo. So indigo is one of the oldest dyes. I think it's from India originally, and it's been used to colour the denim for jeans in the past. And if you want a fun fact about denim, in fact, the reason it's called denim is because the fabric was born in Nîmes in France, so the name was originally Serge de Nîmes. So that is why it's called denim. Yeah. Now for the last colour we have brown, and you can use walnut hulls. By crushing and boiling them you can use those to make brown pigment. And walnut ink is actually a thing, which is a dark brown pigment made in quite a similar way, which you can see on some historical manuscripts if you're interested in that. And another plant that you can use to make brown dye, you can use coffee grinds. So coffee berries in the wild are actually red while they're green, and then they go red when they're ripe, which is something I didn't learn until like a year ago when we actually saw them when we were on holiday, so that was a very cool discovery for me. But yeah, you can use another thing you can use coffee for. And so that's pretty much it for the video about plant dyes. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you will go and do some plant dyeing because it's really fun. You should try it. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up. And if I don't have enough time to make another video before Christmas, then I hope everyone has a really nice Christmas and a happier new year where things will hopefully be looking up. So thank you for watching and see you soon.